I used to love the soft whispers of my girlfriend saying she loved me as I drifted off to sleep, but ever since her funeral last month, the whispers have grown louder and more desperate. The smiling face in my window always comforted me during lonely nights. Today, I realized I live on the 10th floor. I woke up to my mother's voice calling me downstairs. As I approached the stairs, a hand grabbed me and pulled me into a closet. It was my mother whispering.
I heard it too.
I always thought my cat had a staring problem, always fixated on my face. Until one day, when I realized she was always looking just behind me. The last thing I saw before I was blindfolded was a sign that read, Adoption Center, when the blindfold was removed. The sign read, Organ Harvesting Unit. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. Lying in bed, I felt warm breath on my neck. Assuming it was my dog, I thought nothing of it. I glanced at the clock and saw my dog cowering at the other end of the room, staring at the spot behind me. I always close my bedroom door before I sleep. This morning, I found a note on the outside of it reading, Next time, lock it. The photo on my phone showed me asleep with the caption, You look so peaceful. I live alone. The funeral was sad, but it was nice to hear everyone speak so highly of me. If only they could hear me screaming inside the coffin. My alarm clock displayed 3:15 a.m. along with a message.
Time's up.
The room temperature suddenly dropped. I've always had a fear of dolls, so I found it disturbing when I found one on my nightstand. What was more disturbing was the note it held.
I thought I'd come for a visit.
I woke up in the middle of the night hungry, so I decided to go to the kitchen and get something to eat. As I reached to turn on the light switch, I felt a cold hand already there. My grandmother always told me the old rocking chair was haunted. Last night, I heard it start to rock on its own, followed by her familiar voice.
Told you so.
I always felt comforted by the rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock downstairs. Tonight, it whispered, Not much time left. I've been hearing a constant tapping on my window every night. Today, I realized it's coming from the mirror, not the window. The elevator door opened, revealing an exact copy of myself. It smiled and said, My turn. I thought the scratching noise inside my walls was just rats. Then I found a note hidden in a crack. Help me. My daughter handed me a drawing she made of our family. The unsettling part was that the figure next to her wasn't human. It had long, shadowy tendrils instead of arms. The old radio in the attic, which hasn't worked in decades, suddenly blared to life. A panicked voice yelled, They're here! I always loved listening to the rain on my window until I heard a voice whisper between the drops.
Let me in.
Every night, I hear a voice from my closet saying,
Soon.
Tonight, it said,
now.
I awoke in the night for no apparent reason. I felt as though I was being watched. The mirror in the bathroom showed a reflection of me, but something was off. It was smiling menacingly, and its eyes were pitch black. My son has a habit of talking in his sleep. Last night he said,
"They're watching from the ceiling."
I took a picture of a family at a scenic overlook. Later, as I reviewed the photos, to my horror, their faces looked like zombies. The GPS took me to an unfamiliar house and declared,
"You have arrived at your final destination."
The engine suddenly died and all the doors and windows went open. I heard my daughter laughing in the middle of the night. As I entered her room, she said,
"I'm not alone. The girl in the mirror is my friend."
The bloodstains on the kitchen floor led to the basement door. As I descended the stairs, I heard my own voice whisper, "You shouldn't have come down here." My wife and I watched in horror as our son walked through the wall into the neighboring abandoned house, his voice echoing,
"Come with me, Mom and Dad."
I found a hidden room in my house filled with hundreds of identical dolls. All of them were pointing at the center of the room.